We're the LSU Alumni Association, and we gather all the LSU alums and friends of the university together to help support academic scholarships, professorships, and programs for outstanding students here at LSU. Tonight we're honoring 6 outstanding LSU alums who have distinguished themselves in their life's career and are outstanding in what they do for the community, and it's called the LSU Alumni Association Hall of Distinction.
When I think back on my experiences with LSU, it's all fond memories. It was a combination of a lot of hard work and study to get through the rigors of college, but it was also a lot of fun times and the opportunity to meet a lot of new people and get to know some great people from not only Louisiana but all over the country that came to LSU to get their education. So the older I get, the fonder those memories become.
I feel like my LSU experience started when I was a very young child. I spent so much time here. I feel like the course was set for me to be an LSU Tiger from the time I was very little. And but I'll never forget what it was like to walk on campus for the first time, to actually bring myself to campus. You know, I was anxious, I was excited, and those are really good feelings. They let you know that you're alive and that you're doing something. And whenever I come back to campus, I get those same butterflies and I get excited. And it's just a truly special place with a lot of special people, and I'm so thrilled to just be a part of it.
I learned at LSU how to be independent. I learned how to be fearless at LSU, so that when I graduated from college, grad school, I could pick up and leave Louisiana and go start a clinic in Los Angeles or Charlotte or Vancouver. And then LSU was home, so then I came back home.
Everybody needs to have hope, and LSU gave a young man named Jerry Stovall from West Monroe, Louisiana, hope when he didn't have any. My plan A was not very good, so anything beyond that was going to be less than good. So I think the ability to sit down and think of all the men and women, instructors, coaches, players.
I arrived here the day Elvis Presley died, 1977, August 16th. I didn't know anybody on campus, but I soon learned the wonders of LSU, and more than anything else, more than the stately oaks or the broad magnolias, LSU is about the wonderful people from all walks of life, from all parts of the world, who represent this university, and it is such an honor then and now to be part of this experience.
My husband's experience was second to none. Though he was in professional baseball, his heart always remained with LSU.
It's a pleasure to have you back here on the LSU's campus. Good evening once again. I'm Rory Smith, your MC. But not only that, I'm a proud 1992 graduate of LSU and the Manship School of Journalism.
Go Tigers!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 Alumni Association Hall of Distinction. Representing her husband, baseball coach and executive, the late Mel Didier Sr., please welcome Elena Didier. We have with us tonight media icon Jim Inkster. You're next for renowned speech pathologist Kelly Spears. Former head football coach and former president and CEO of Sports BR, Jerry Stovall. Speaker Pro Tem of the Louisiana House of Representatives, and the 2018 Young Alumnus of the Year, Walter Leger III. We have owner and president of Performance Contractors and 2018 Alumnus of the Year, Art Favre.
Tonight's ceremony is a beautiful example of the core values of the LSU Alumni Association. They are tradition, loyalty, excellence, integrity, teamwork, selfless service, respect, and communication. Our tradition, which started 52 years ago, has been to identify loyal alumni who throughout their outstanding careers exemplify excellence, integrity, and selfless service, worthy of respect and adulation. When inducted into the LSU Alumni Association Hall of Distinction, we are communicating to the world just how great an LSU graduate can be. Tonight, we celebrate with you, Jim and Kelly and Jerry and Walt and Alt and Eulela, on behalf of Mel, as you join more than 290 LSU alum who are distinguished as the best of the best, the most distinguished LSU graduates. We are so proud of you. And tonight you become our ultimate ambassadors for LSU and the LSU Alumni Association. So no doubt you'll be honored and recognized in many other ways throughout your career. But do me a favor, and that is always include in your biographical information the status as a proud member of the LSU Alumni Association Hall of Distinction and the great class of 2018. And to our guests, we pray that this evening is fantastic for you and all your family and friends. But our hope is that you too will become ambassadors for LSU and your great alumni association as we seek to join our efforts together to win over the hearts and minds of every LSU graduate worldwide and ask them to be part of the Alumni Association and all our programs of academic excellence that we sponsor, which include faculty awards for the best and brightest professors on this campus, future alumni programming to keep them involved as they go through and as they become lifelong contributors and supporters of the university. Legislative advocacy, where we make sure that our legislators know just how important LSU is to you and how important it is to support the university, as well as how great it is for the state of Louisiana. And worldwide professional networking and scholarships for the best and brightest and most deserving future alumni that attend LSU. And with your help, I know we can accomplish so much together for our beloved LSU. So with that, thank you and go Tigers!
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't noticed tonight, we have a very special guest. At this time, I would like to introduce the governor of the great state of Louisiana, Governor John Bel Edwards.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Lori. You know, it's been my great fortune this week to hang out with some wonderful LSU Tigers. Last night, I actually had supper with Coach O, and if his enthusiasm isn't infectious, I don't know what is. And I'm so excited about this season. But more than that, I am excited about this university and what it means to the great state of Louisiana. And we are here tonight to recognize and to honor the best of the best, as Cliff said. And I want to thank all of the honorees for their contributions to the great state of Louisiana, for distinguishing yourself. Really appreciate all of your contributions. But the person that I know the best, I've served with for 10 years in the legislature. And Walt Leger, I will tell you, is as good a public servant as there is in the state of Louisiana. Smart, dedicated, loves the state of Louisiana and its people. And it's been my pleasure to serve with you now for 10 years, and I'm looking forward to continue serving with you. And I know he's a young alumni, but he's already term limited out of the House of Representatives. So he's got to find another way to continue to serve the great state of Louisiana, as do all of you. So congratulations to you, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Just a couple things. I have just a minute to tell you that tomorrow we have 5,000 students showing up from Maryland to Maine, from Washington to Los Angeles, from Shreveport to New Orleans and Lake Charles. It's the largest class that we have looking at coming into this university, and the scores are just going up and up. And that also goes along with the fact that a month from now we're going to graduate probably the most diverse, largest graduating class in the history of LSU. And but this wouldn't happen if we didn't have the success of our alumni. Our alumni have built LSU all over this world. I get asked often in hearings about many of our graduates that go on to other states, but we have a lot, most 70% stay right here. But others go back or they go to other states. And I remind many of our legislators that, and many are here tonight, that the job of our faculty and staff is actually to produce graduates that everybody wants. And that is indeed the job that we have. And our job is to keep them here once they graduate, and I look forward to working with all you to do that. But as long as we're graduating graduates that everybody wants, I think our faculty and staff are doing an amazing, outstanding job. And I'd like to thank them for all they do. Also, but more importantly, the alumni. The alumni are the reason why we have 5,000 students showing up. They wouldn't be here without the success that you've had, the success that you show in business, in government, in just about every business and industry throughout the nation and throughout the world, because we're throughout the world. And our student government vice president just told me that she thought that she's in petroleum engineering, she's going to spend 3 years in Thailand. And she is so excited, and that's because she went to LSU, and that's because of the success of our graduates. Well, these stars that we have today, and I have to be careful because Jim Inkster's here, because anything I say could end up on the radio on Monday. But just what a great star-set group of graduates and the accomplishments, and I just want them to know that it has an intergenerational effect on the numbers of students who are coming here and the numbers of students who stay and graduate. And you guys are role models in what you've done in so many diverse fields, whether it's athletics, speech pathology, journalism, all the above. So I'd just like to thank the work that all of our alumni do, but particularly thank these 6 amazing stars of our Alumni Association and stars of our university, and know that you do have a tremendous impact on the fact that we have 5,000 kids showing up tomorrow morning, despite the rain, who want to be a part of this great university. So thank you, congratulations, honorees, and go Tigers.
What exciting times we have for Louisiana and the Alumni Association, new students coming in. I'm excited to be the chairman of the Global Board of Directors. Induction into the LSU Alumni Association Hall of Distinction is the highest and most coveted honor bestowed upon LSU alumni by the association. The alumni staff works diligently to make this night a spectacular, one-of-a-kind evening that you will always treasure as your unforgettable LSU night to remember. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Global LSU Alumni Association, the alumni staff, and more than 238,000 LSU alumni around the globe, congratulations on your selection to the prestigious 2018 Hall of Distinction. You honor LSU through your achievements, loyalty, service, and generosity. Forever, LSU.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we now move to the induction portion of this evening's ceremony, and it is my honor to present the LSU Alumni Association's 2018 Hall of Distinction.
A longtime high school and college baseball coach and Major League Baseball executive and scout, the late Melvin J. Didier played football and baseball at LSU in the mid-1940s before earning a bachelor's degree from Mississippi Southern in 1949. He later received a master's degree in education from LSU in 1967. Melvin Joffron Didier Sr. was a winner. He excelled at every level in college football and baseball, as a high school football and baseball coach, as a college football and baseball coach, and as a scout and administrator in Major League Baseball for more than 60 years. Didier twice lettered in football at LSU, and he was an All-American in 1945. He was a three-time letter winner in baseball, where he was the Tigers' star pitcher for LSU's 1946 SEC championship team. Following his playing days at LSU, Didier signed on with the Detroit Tigers in 1948. However, a shoulder injury ended his professional baseball career a year later. He returned to Baton Rouge and would spend the next several years as a coach at Catholic High and Glen Oaks High in Baton Rouge and at Opelousas High in St. Landry Parish. During this time, he remained a full-time Major League Baseball scout. Didier coached freshman football at LSU under Charlie McClendon in the late 1960s and was head baseball coach at the University of Louisiana Lafayette, then USL, from 1980 until '82. Over the years, he was affiliated with the Detroit Tigers, Milwaukee Brewers, Atlanta Braves, Montreal Expos, LA Dodgers, Seattle Mariners, Cleveland Indians, Arizona Diamondbacks, Texas Rangers, and the Toronto Blue Jays. Didier was the only person in professional baseball to spearhead three Major League expansion teams, the Montreal Expos, the Seattle Mariners, and the Arizona Diamondbacks. He served as assistant general manager to the Diamondbacks, the LA Dodgers twice, and the Baltimore Orioles, and as director of minor league operations and scouting director for expansion teams Montreal in 1969 through 75 and Seattle from 1977 and 78. He's best known for his scouting report, which Kirk Gibson of the LA Dodgers credited for his dramatic game-winning home run in Game 1 of the 1988 World Series. Highlighting the many honors accorded Didier during his career was induction into the Louisiana High School Coaches Hall of Fame, being named the LSU Baseball Alumnus of the Year, and induction into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. He founded the Louisiana High School All-Star Baseball Game in 1981. Didier and his wife, Elena Arcaro Didier, celebrated their 40th wedding anniversary in 2017. He passed away on September 10th of 2017 at the age of 91. Of Didier, Fred Clare, former general manager of the LA Dodgers, said, "Mel always carried within him the spirit of LSU and was a positive voice at all times for the university." Melvin J. Didier, Sr.
Ladies and gentlemen, accepting on behalf of the late Mel Didier Sr., let's welcome Elena Didier.
Okay. Governor Edwards, Hall of Distinction honorees, family, and friends. It's a privilege to accept this prestigious Hall of Distinction award on behalf of my late husband, Mel Didier Sr. With many distinguished accomplishments, he always remained, as Tim McGraw would say, humble and kind. He was never too busy to help someone in need of his guidance. As a giving and caring person, Mel shared his expertise with individuals, helping them to become better human beings. Yes, he received many calls from family and friends and those who knew of his love for LSU. He would help to get them into this prestigious, very prestigious institution. It was a privilege for him because of his deep love for LSU. We are grateful to the selection committee and to the LSU Alumni Association for honoring and welcoming Mel Didier Sr. into the LSU Alumni Hall of Distinction for 2018. Thank you, and go Tigers.
A fixture on the airwaves for almost 40 years, Jim Engster, president of Kingfish Communications, is a Louisiana media icon. His career as a journalist, broadcaster, and business executive spans more than 3 decades, transcending the news, sports, and political arenas. Born in New Orleans, James Raymond Engster grew up in North Little Rock, Arkansas. After high school, he returned to South Louisiana, where he earned a degree in broadcast journalism from LSU in 1981. Engster's journalistic roots can be traced back to his days in LSU student media. His first on-air experience came on WLSU and WPRG as a reporter, assistant newscaster, and sports director. He did play-by-play for LSU football, basketball, and baseball, and served as the sports editor of the Daily Reveille. In 1983, Engster joined the newsroom staff of what was then known as the Louisiana Network, where he would work in many different capacities over the next 30-plus years. He was a correspondent for National Public Radio from 1989 to 2004, and served as Louisiana Network News and Sports Director from 1983 to 1998. He served as general manager of WRKF-FM in Baton Rouge from 2003 to 2006 before returning to the network as general manager from 2006 till 2010. His affiliation with Tiger Rag magazine, the Bible of LSU sports, began in 1985 as a contributing writer and columnist. Today, Engster is the owner and president of Louisiana Radio Network and Tiger Rag, which will celebrate its 40th anniversary this August. In 1998, Engster began his run as a daily talk show host with the launch of Louisiana Live, a syndicated statewide radio show covering all topics with an emphasis on politics. Sharing the microphone with luminaries from business, entertainment, politics, sports, and the arts, Engster has interviewed 10 Louisiana governors, reported on every gubernatorial election since 1979, visited with every LSU chancellor since Jim Wharton, as well as the last 7 Tiger athletic directors. He's had memorable conversations with the likes of President Bill Clinton, Vice President Dick Cheney, California Governor Jerry Brown, and celebrated journalists Carl Bernstein, Dan Rather, and Ted Koppel. So far, Ann Coulter is the only guest to ever walk out on Engster in more than 10,000 interviews. He has served as the political analyst for WAFB Channel 9 in Baton Rouge since 2002 and currently hosts Governor John Bel Edwards' call-in show, Ask the Governor. Today, Engster continues his weekday programming on public radio, hosting Talk Louisiana on WRKF-FM here in Baton Rouge. Active in civic affairs, Engster is a member of the Rotary Club of Baton Rouge, a 5-time president of the Press Club of Baton Rouge, and is a board member and former president of the National Association of State Radio Networks. At his alma mater, he serves on the LSU Media Board and moderates interviews for the LSU Alumni Association's Talking Sports series. He's the voice of the LSU Foundation and the MC of the Manship School Hall of Fame ceremonies. Engster was named Communicator of the Year in 2008 by the Public Relations Association of Louisiana and received the 2011 YWCA Racial Justice Award. He was inducted into the Manship School Hall of Fame in 2012, received the Louisiana Federation of Teachers School Bell Award in 2015 for education journalism, and was honored in 2017 by the Sales and Marketing Executives of Greater Baton Rouge as Marketer of the Year. A regular patron of Louis' Cafe near the north gates of LSU, Engster is an old-school baseball fan and never misses the chance to debate Louisiana politics or obscure sports stats over a hot cup of joe. He says, LSU is the foundation for all successful endeavors in my career. The 4 most productive, vivid, and memorable years of my life were those as an undergraduate at the Old War School. Notably, my print and broadcast debuts were at Tiger Stadium, the former home of both KLSU and the Daily Reveille. James Raymond, Jim Engster.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Engster.
Thank you. Thank you, Cliff. And Governor, it's nice to see you. We'll be doing a radio show in a few days. I've attended and actually been part of a few of these ceremonies through the years, and those at this podium often experience a wave of emotions they didn't anticipate as they recall their journey to this night. And our college years, they elapse in a blur, but at some point in our lives, I think we realized that our days at LSU were days in which we were part of something bigger than ourselves. And all of us come to the realization that our careers have been shaped dramatically by the years we invested on this campus. The best investment any of us will ever make is to attend this university. At 4:30 this morning, we lost a member of the LSU Alumni Hall of Fame in Gus Weil. And Gus was a giant in his field, a mentor to many, and a surrogate dad to a few of us. And I was reflecting with my dear friend Ann Edelman about Gus, who was her mentor as well. And one of Gus's expressions among many that has stuck is he says, "Nothing good ever happens on a Friday." Well, we lost Gus today, but several years ago, he was assigned as a public relations specialist to develop an ad campaign for LSU. And here's a man who had a vocabulary that could fill the Middleton Library. And he came up with something that was short, succinct, simple, and to the point, and is accurate to this day. And I still think of it. LSU is a great university.
A speech-language pathologist and board-certified behavior analyst, Kelly Spears is the founder of Spears Learning Center of New Orleans, a facility specializing in speech, language, and behavioral therapy for children. A native of Franklinton, Louisiana, Spears earned a bachelor's degree in communication sciences and disorders from LSU in 1994. After obtaining her master's in speech, language, and hearing from Southeastern Louisiana in 1997, she completed a year-long clinical fellowship in Yakima, Washington. She practiced professionally and held leadership and management positions in a variety of settings, including hospitals, schools, homes, and long-term care facilities in New York, Canada, North Carolina, and California, before establishing the Spears Learning Center in 2010. Focusing on children with autism spectrum disorder, the Spears Learning Center, which has locations in Metairie and Covington, also specializes in developmental disabilities, expressive and receptive language disorders, social and pragmatic delays, verbal behavior, and behavioral disorders. With a staff of 70, the clinic services clients in the office and in school settings in St. Tammany, Orleans, and Jefferson Parish school districts. Spears is a member of the American Speech Language Hearing Association, the Corporate Speech Pathology Network, and the Louisiana Speech Language Hearing Association. A Louisiana applied behavioral analyst, she is also affiliated with the Autism Society of America and the Association of Behavior Analysts. In 2017, along with Leanne and Jake Simon, Spears co-founded Gain Behavior, a telehealth and ABA software program business. Gain's mission is to provide quality, affordable, and accessible behavior analytic services to underserved populations. Along with her family, Spears ardently supports LSU student-athletes through donations to the Tiger Athletic Foundation, and the Joan Spears Family Scholarship is the fifth endowment committed to the nationally renowned LSU gymnastics program. She generously funds academic programs through the LSU Alumni Association and the LSU Foundation. Spears is a loyal sponsor of many fundraising events, including the Our Lady of the Lake School Taste of Tammany Gala, Families Helping Families, Touch a Truck, the Autism Society of Greater New Orleans Walk, and, with the LSU Alumni Association, the annual Baby Cakes Game. She serves on the boards of the Tiger Athletic Foundation, Louisiana Coalition for Access to Autism Services, Take Pause Rescue, and the Greater New Orleans Autism Group. She is a member of the Crew of Orpheus, as well as the First Baptist Church of New Orleans. A gymnastics and dance enthusiast, Spears has one daughter, Harper, whom she adopted from Siberia, Russia in 2012. The Spears family resides in New Orleans, where Harper attends first grade at Hines Charter School. Spears says LSU has been a part of her life as far back as she can remember. Of LSU, Spears says, LSU means home to me. Some of my first memories are my parents and their friends taking me to LSU football games. We had the spot under the big oak tree in front of the bell tower. I have loved LSU ever since. Kelly Spears.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kelly Spears.
wow, this is amazing. Thank you, LSU Alumni Association, for such a special honor. I promise I had this really fabulous speech prepared tonight, but I'm going to tell you something that happened earlier because it kind of sums up how I feel about LSU and how I feel about tonight. Earlier, we were taking group and family photos, and my daughter Harper ran up to me and she grabbed my medal and she says, "Mom, you won." And I said, "I did, Harp. I'm a winner," because that's what you become when you become a part of Louisiana State University. You become a winner. You become a Tiger for life. Thank you. Go Tigers.
If there was a Mount Rushmore of LSU football, there's little doubt that you'd find Jerry Stovall among the faces of former Tiger greats. A native of West Monroe, Jerry Lane Stovall was tasked with the unenviable role of following Heisman Trophy-winning running back Billy Cannon in the LSU backfield. A Tiger halfback from 1959 to 62, Stovall enjoyed one of the most decorated careers in LSU history, earning all SEC and All-American honors. He was named the 1962 SEC Player of the Year and was awarded the Walter Camp Memorial Trophy as the nation's top running back. He nearly equaled his predecessor, finishing as the runner-up for the 1962 Heisman Trophy. Selected by the St. Louis Cardinals with the second pick in the 1963 NFL Draft, Stovall switched from running back to cornerback and was twice named All-Pro and played in 3 Pro Bowls during a 9-year NFL career. While playing professionally, he earned an undergraduate degree from Missouri Baptist College in 1972. After retiring from football, he joined Coach Paul Dietzel's staff at the University of South Carolina. And 2 years later, Stovall returned to Baton Rouge as an LSU assistant coach for Coach Charles McClendon, a role in which he remained until Coach Charlie Mack's retirement in 1979. Following the untimely death of McClendon's successor, Bo Ryan, in January of 1980, LSU turned to the former Tiger to lead the LSU program into a new era. Stovall was just 38 years old. Coaching his alma mater for the next 4 seasons, Stovall led the Tigers to a runner-up finish in the SEC in 1982, a season in which LSU beat 3 top 10 teams and fell 1 point short of number 3 Nebraska in the Orange Bowl. Stovall was named 1982 SEC Coach of the Year and tabbed National Coach of the Year by the Walter Camp Foundation. LSU's 55-21 win over number 7 Florida State remains one of the most memorable victories in Tiger Stadium history. During a 6-year hiatus from football, Stovall served as Senior Vice President of Business Development at Premier Bank. In 1990, he was named Athletic Director at Louisiana Tech University, where he led the athletic department to top 25 national ranking in graduation rate. Returning to Baton Rouge in 1993 with the assistance of then-Mayor President Tom Ed McHugh, Stovall helped establish the Baton Rouge Area Sports Foundation, helping promote state, regional, national, and international sporting events in the area. Stovall served as president and CEO of the organization, which is now known as Sports BR. Now retired from his executive post, Stovall serves as a consultant with the foundation. Involved with a number of civic and nonprofit organizations, Stovall gives time to the Capital Area United Way, the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, and Hospice Foundation of Greater Baton Rouge. He is a popular public speaker and mediator, a member of BREC's Public Relations Committee, and is an active member of First Presbyterian Church. In 2010, Stovall became the 7th LSU representative to be enshrined in the National Football Foundation College Football Hall of Fame. He had previously been elected to the LSU Athletics Hall of Fame in 1977 and was a 1981 inductee to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. He was tabbed a Louisiana Legend by LPB in 2011 and received the 2007 Brotherhood Sisterhood Award for his work in the community. Stovall and his wife Judy have been married for 56 years and reside here in Baton Rouge. The Stovalls have 2 children, Jay and Jody, and 5 grandchildren. Stovall is one of only 3 individuals ever to play for and coach the LSU Tigers, joining Gaynell Tinsley and current LSU head coach Ed Ogeron. Stovall says, "LSU came to me at a point in my life when I had no plan A and gave me hope and opportunity with an athletic scholarship that allowed me to go to college. Without that, I'm not sure what direction my life would have taken." Jerry L. Stovall.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Stovall.
Thank you. You know not to believe most of what you've heard there and everybody. I'm going to be very brief because I was told to by 17 separate people when we were outside. Let's start with something that I believe very strongly in. The value of any object, no matter what it is set by what you and I as individuals are prepared to give for it. Think about that for a moment. My skill set coming out of West Monroe High School in 1959 were limited. I was not very big, not very fast, not very strong, and didn't have much of a future. Plan A didn't really exist in my vocabulary. All of a sudden, you have the ability to think about going to Northeast. I'll go. Or I can go to Louisiana Tech. I'll go. But they were the only two people that contacted me, except for one other coach looking at me in a black and white, grainy reproduction of a football game. He must have seen something to like because he kept my grades in order and he helped me become something that I never dreamed about. When you and I think about the price we pay for what we get, I'll let you and I think about what we really want to be. I'm one of 5 children, the oldest and the only boy. I had 4 younger sisters. And my mother and father graduated from high school, and that was the extent of their formal education. Mine did not go beyond that. Plan A for me may have been going to Northeast and trying to live at home and get my undergraduate degree. It would probably take 4 to 6 years in order to get that done. But again, what price are you willing to pay to make things happen and to own something? In the midst of all of this, there was a gentleman at LTI, which is Louisiana Training Institute, in Monroe that I came into contact with. He had as much to do with my future and improving my opportunity for success potential as anybody on the face of God's earth. He was a member of the board of directors of LTI, plus he was a member of the Board of Supervisors at LSU. He's the only man that brought me down as a prospect to watch LSU play on Saturdays. We went from West Monroe to Natchez and then to LSU in Baton Rouge. Then Robert Frost, in a method as only he could do, I think, says this: Silas, with nothing to look backward upon with pride, and nothing to look forward to with hope, died. Jerry Stovall can tell you clearly that my plan A turned into a walk of fun and joy because some people, 1 or 2, 3 people individually at this institution and people attached to it, would not let me die. I want to thank you.
Walter Leger, the Speaker Pro Tem of the Louisiana House of Representatives, is the 2018 LSU Alumni Association's Young Alumnus of the Year. A native of St. Bernard Parish, Walter John Leger III grew up in New Orleans, where he attended Jesuit High School. He earned a bachelor's degree in political science from LSU in 2000. He returned to New Orleans and obtained his Juris Doctor with a certificate of specialization in Admiralty and Maritime Law from Tulane University in 2003. Following law school, Leger served as an assistant district attorney in New Orleans, specializing in the felony prosecution of violent offenders and narcotics traffickers. It was at this time his ideas on criminal justice reform began to take shape, and he felt the call for a life in public service. In 2007, at just 29 years of age, Leger was first elected to the state legislature. He won re-election twice in 2011 and in 2015. Both times without opposition, and was unanimously chosen by his colleagues to serve as the Speaker Pro Tem of the Louisiana House of Representatives in 2012 and again in 2016. He is the youngest member of the House to ever hold this position. A senior member of the Appropriations Committee and the House Education Committee, Leger serves ex officio on all other House committees. He has led many important state initiatives, most recently criminal justice reform and reinvestment, as well as tax and budget reform. Among other leadership roles, Leger serves nationally on the Executive Committee of the Southern Legislative Conference and the Council of State Governments Governing Board. Known in Louisiana as a strategic thinker, fierce advocate, problem solver, and consensus builder, Leger has received numerous honors recognizing his commitment to the citizens of Louisiana. He was the recipient of the 2017 Life and Liberty Award for Achievement in Criminal Justice Reform from the Louisiana Family Forum, and was presented the 2017 Champion for Children Award by the Child Care Association of Louisiana. In 2016, Leger received nationwide recognition when he was recognized by the Tax Foundation for outstanding achievement in state tax reform. He was awarded a Rodell Fellowship of Public Leadership at the Aspen Institute in 2015 and was named Outstanding Legislator by the LSU Health Sciences Center Foundation. Leger, an attorney with Leger & Shaw in New Orleans, is a founding board member and vice president of the Louisiana Institute for Children and Families and serves on the board of directors of the Louisiana Judicial College. He's an adjunct professor of law at Loyola University of New Orleans, has lectured at Tulane University School of Law, the LSU Law School, and speaks regularly at educational programs through the Louisiana State and New Orleans Bar Associations. Leger is married to the former Danielle Dwaron, a 2005 graduate of LSU. They have one daughter, Kate, and are expecting a second daughter in just a few weeks. Leger says the LSU tradition runs deep in his family. Of the school, he says, "I am proud that everyone in my immediate family is an LSU graduate. My wife, Danielle, my mother, Catherine Buras-Vitas, my father, Walter J. Leger Jr., my brother, Rhett Leger, and his wife, Donna Lampard Leger, and my sister, Elizabeth Leger Fick, and her husband, Jeffrey Fick." Walt Leger.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 Young Alumnus of the Year, Walter Leger III.
Not really sure how I got here, but I am incredibly honored to be here. There are a lot of incredible alums of Louisiana State University in this room, many of whom have touched my life in many different ways. And I want to congratulate all of the inductees into the Hall of Distinction tonight. I couldn't be more honored to be recognized with you. They asked me to put together some photographs for the slideshow, and I couldn't find any from about the time when I was 16 till about the time I was 25, and it really bothered me. I looked everywhere for it. I tried to ruffle through all of my stuff, and I had some textbooks somehow. I guess they made it through somehow, but I couldn't find pictures. And it struck me that I didn't have pictures of me on my first day at LSU checking into McVoy Hall. I didn't have pictures of game days with my friends at the fraternity house. I didn't have pictures of formals or other events. I didn't have pictures of inductions and honor societies or even my graduation pictures. And it was then that it hit me. My first home in St. Bernard Parish went under 8 feet of water for Hurricane Katrina, and all those pictures were gone. I guess I tried not to think about it, but I was crushed. As soon as I started thinking and reflecting upon those memories, though, they all came rushing back in a flood. And though I didn't have any selfies from when I was at LSU because iPhones didn't exist, and all of my pictures were on this weird thing called film, and so they were also destroyed, I had a million snapshots in my brain, images of campus, the first time that I drove myself to LSU for spring testing in the spring of 1996, images of the quad, my classrooms, my classmates, my library, my friends, professors, the oak trees, faculty advisors, the fraternity house, game day, the stadium, the parade grounds, walking to class, going to check my mail on the student union, and calling home on a payphone with a calling card that cost 10 cents a minute. All of these memories were burned into my brain. And I realized that just like tonight, when I first got to LSU, my heart beat a little faster, and I had butterflies in my stomach because of the excitement and the exhilaration that I found for what lay ahead. These snapshots go back more than 35 years, and I can only hope that I'll have many years of memories to add to those. When I reflect upon the important work that I've been blessed and honored to do in the legislature, and to work with such talented and incredible leaders and LSU alums like Governor John Bell Edwards and Commissioner of Administration Jay Darden, I reflect upon the unique role that LSU plays in the state of Louisiana. Not only is it our flagship, not only does it provide opportunity for students not just in this state but all over the country, but it holds a specific mission for the people of Louisiana to educate, encourage, and grow the future leaders of Louisiana. It makes this honor even more special. And so, as I reflect upon the fond memories that I have of LSU, I am thrilled to be able to add this snapshot to all of those. And I'm honored to be with you tonight. I know that I will hold this memory and this night in my heart forever. Thank you to LSU, and thank all of you.
Wait a minute, Walt. Wait, Walt. Wait. We got a surprise for you.
Walter Legend, this is Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. So I say congratulations on being the youngest inducted into the LSU Hall of Distinction. Proud of you, brother. Go Tigers.
Congratulations, Walt. Congratulations.
Art E. Favre, owner and president of Baton Rouge-based Performance Contractors, is the 2018 LSU Alumni Association's Alumnus of the Year. A native of Gulfport, Mississippi, Arthur Emmett Favre III graduated from LSU with a bachelor's degree in construction in 1972 and was a member of the School of Construction's first graduating class. After graduation, Favre worked for Lurgy Nost Engineers and Contractors, the Fluor Corporation, and Universal Corporation before founding Performance Contractors in 1979. Under his leadership, Performance has received 4 National Construction Safety Awards and numerous National Excellence in Construction Awards. Louisiana Contractor Magazine has recognized Performance Contractors 4 times for having the best industrial manufacturing project in Louisiana. Today, the General Industrial Services Company, with more than 9,000 employees, is valued at over $1 billion. An ardent supporter of LSU and the College of Engineering, Favre is heavily involved in the expansion and realignment of Patrick Taylor Hall. He is a member of the Dean's Advisory Council and Board of Directors of the Construction Industry Advisory Council for the Burt S. Turner Department of Construction Management. Favre is a past president and founding member of the LSU Construction Industry Advisory Council. He's a member of the LSU Alumni Association, the LSU Foundation, and Tiger Athletic Foundation, and is a current board member of the Pennington Biomedical Research Foundation. Favre served as chairman of the board in 2017 of the Louisiana Association of Business and Industry, as well as a 2-year stint in 2016 and 17 as board chairman of the New Orleans branch of the Atlanta Federal Reserve Bank. He currently serves as a board member for the Associated Builders and Contractors, the Industrial Contractors Council, and the Louisiana Industry Alliance Board. Favre is a member of the LSU Construction Hall of Fame, as well as the College of Engineering Hall of Distinction. He's been tabbed a distinguished patron of the LSU Department of Construction Management and was a 2011 inductee into the LSU Alumni Hall of Distinction. Favre received the 2005 LSU Greek Excellence Award, was twice named the ABC Pelican Chapter Merit Shop Man of the Year Award in 1995 and in 2011, and received the Sales and Marketing Executives of Greater Baton Rouge Marketer of the Year Award. In December of 2017, Fobb made headlines when he donated $1 million to the new freestanding Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital, currently under construction. He said the hospital will improve the quality of life for children not just in Baton Rouge, but all across Louisiana. Fobb, who enjoys blue water sport fishing in his free time, has 2 grown children, Scott and Shelley, 5 grandchildren, and is married to Yelena Fobb. Fobb says LSU is the key ingredient to his success. When reflecting upon my adult life, he says, I quickly realized the important decisions I've made along the path of life. All had basis in the foundation of life instilled within me during my educational years at LSU. Not just academics, but core values, communication skills, relationship building, and lifelong friendships. Art E. Fobb.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 Alumnus of the Year, Art Fobb.
When I came to LSU, there was one other person on campus that I knew. Coming from Gulfport, a small town, one girl and myself were the only 2 from our school that came over, and they were the only 2 people I knew when I got here. So the ability for me to be able to get into a fraternity and almost immediately have a whole bunch of guys and what turned out to be brothers and friends was huge for me. And it allowed me not only to develop a lot of those relationships, but it also opened up a great opportunity for leadership training, and more importantly, to be able to take that training and get some experience using it while I was in college. It also gave me the ability to get exposed to a lot of social behavioral issues. Any of y'all that were in a sorority or a fraternity, you'll know kind of what I'm talking about, but college life in general does definitely have a social atmosphere to it, and we certainly participated in that, or attempted to. But also it builds, what you're really learning is how to interact with other people and how to relate to other people in many different ways. But once again, as I said, what it really did was give me an ability to create some friendships that have lasted a lifetime. And in fact, tonight there are a number of people in the room that were my fraternity brothers and that truly helped mold me to what I am today. And I appreciate that very, very much, guys. So basically, my aspect or my outlook on LSU was that college life here really changed me from a shy young man from Gulfport, Mississippi, to a person with confidence, leadership ability, and a great group of supportive friends. So in these important ways, LSU has served as a cornerstone of my career and why it's so easy for me to give back to LSU on an annual basis. And in closing, I just have a couple of comments I'd like to make. I would really like to encourage the administration and the faculty to never lose sight of the importance of a true all-around learning experience for the students here at LSU. You know, a college education is much, much more than credit hours and a diploma. It's a life maturing process to explore a much larger aspect of life in which we live and the people that we share this world with. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I want to thank the selection committee and the Alumni Association for this incredible recognition, which I shall cherish for the rest of my life. Go Tigers. Thank you.
feel like it is an incredibly special place, unique for a lot of different reasons, not the least of which are that it's a land grant, a sea grant, and a space grant university. They do incredible research and do a great job of educating in the liberal arts as well. And so it is crucial to our economy and to our future that LSU be supported and that all of higher education be supported.
A lot of people don't recognize the incredible support that LSU gives to not only the local areas where we have campuses, but also to the economic development of the state, and also as a feeder to our future leaders and our future workers within industry within the state.
Well, LSU is certainly a great university, but sometimes we rely on other people to do the heavy lifting, and I think it's incumbent on all of us who have had this experience and who have benefited from it to support LSU, and there's no doubt that we do, but we can always do better. And this university has survived a lot of ups and downs. The last decade has been particularly tough, but there's no doubt that LSU remains one of the great entities in this state and in the nation.
When you think about the manpower that it takes to bring a faculty and staff together at an institution like we have, the administration, I know from a program of trying to put a football team together, you have to learn to die to self. You have to be unselfish. You have to be humble. And when you begin to think about a major state university with all of those things going on, it becomes very, very significant to have the right leadership.
We have the best people here. LSU makes the best alumnus. You can go and do whatever you want to do. If you're a Tiger for life. You have connections wherever you go. You come to LSU and you learn how to talk sports, and then you can go to any community, any state, any nation, and there's always going to be someone who will speak LSU with you.
The Alumni Association is trying to gather all the LSU alums all over the world to help support the university. And unfortunately, we're at about 11%, which we're not very proud of. So we're trying to grow that in the biggest way. So we need everybody who's ever attended LSU or graduated from LSU to give to the Alumni Association so that we can help support the university with outstanding scholarships, professorships, and other academic awards.